And that's James's waffle burger. It's a little slider, and then a bell pepper, stuffed bell pepper, and salad. I'm having a salad, and that's what's in his burger. So I made the bun out of lupin flour mixed with this, and then and some water, and I put it in the waffle iron. So that's what's in there. And then the burger is made out of this and this, some onion and garlic. We're gonna talk about Killing Faith and the following, the first season. And I don't know what else we're gonna talk about. We'll see, because I don't really have anything else planned. And this is my outfit for today, and I really love this skirt. It's one that I've had for many, many years.
It's quite nice.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It goes right down to the floor, and that's how skirts should be, unless you're hiking. Then they should be around the knee. Because, yeah.
Well, you get lots of foxtails cooked on around this time.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gotten damaged over the years, whatever, but it's still a wonderful skirt. So,
it looks to be quite good material because that stuff's not ripping out. It's just...
Yeah, I'm going to have to give it a little patch or something.
It's not unraveling.
Yeah, because, well, over the years, I don't know, mice that get in or whatever.
Mice have got in, yeah. It's true enough.
And then it gets damaged, clothing. Even the stuff that I love the most. I try to keep it in Rubbermaid tubs, but things happen.
Well, things happen to our Rubbermaid tubs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention the enterprise involved. But
anyway, Killing Faith got top of the stack, and I didn't expect it to. The only name I recognized in here was Bill Pullman. Guy Pearce? Who's Guy Pearce? I don't know, but he got top. He's the doctor, I guess. No. Weird. So, anyway, it's a Western. It's a movie about a plague. 1849 Arizona territory. Yeah. Anyway. And
that was a real rough time and a real rough place.
Yeah. And
they showed that in the movie. Man.
There's a lot of adventure, and the scenes are cut well, you know. There's something, pause, and then boom, you know, a loud whatever, and that's the start of a new scene. And just in case you're starting to relax a little bit much. Oh, there we go. We're into some more adventure. I don't know. It's just, it's well done. So, it's a little bit long.
This wasn't located
108 minutes, but not
in Tombstone, Arizona, was it? I love that place.
Oh.
There was some, I mean, that name is just so well named for the sort of stuff that went on around that time. Tombstone, Arizona.
So James is a big fan of his waffle burgers.
Had one earlier today, and
yeah, and he requested another.
Disappeared as soon as my esophagus could.
Yeah. So what I did is, see, the thing is, I invented waffle burgers. When was that? 2017. And because it's so handy using a waffle iron to make whatever. I guess waffles, but they're.
You can make a dessert out of it, or you can make.
Yeah, you can make a meal out of it.
A meal.
And with a regular burger bun, the way I would like it when I used to be really thin, and when I was a teenager, and my ex, he'd take me out to get burgers, and I'd ask for extra extra on it, yeah, to try to, because he would he'd trace the ribs along my back, and well, you can see them here along my front, and hi baby. And so anyway, I really felt cared for. He would take me out and get, and it was it really felt special. So anyway, I'd ask for extra condiments on, so it'd just drip out, right? And
Really, the only way you can
Yeah.
have a burger.
and so the waffle, having the waffle on the see, James likes open face sandwich or burgers anyway.
Yeah.
He just likes the bun on the
That
bottom.
way, you get the thrill without getting too much
Too
bread.
much bun, yeah. And so with the waffles though, you get the holes that, just like waffles are better than pancakes because the little squares will hold the syrup, well, they'll hold the condiments too. And so then you don't have it spilling all over the place really, and you get enough condiment that way. So
I'm eating it this way because there still is some spillage.
yeah.
The one I ate this morning, I ate with my bare hands, but I don't want to be sitting here like this,
Yep.
while we're doing
Yeah.
a presentation.
Sure. So I'll just say that the stuffed pepper is basically the same thing as that. It doesn't have the ruby red kraut. It doesn't have the I put Russian dressing instead of ketchup because we were given Russian dressing. I'm very thankful for it. And basically Russian dressing, I think it is ketchup. So
that's highfalutin dressing for Russian.
And I put Dijon mustard on it too. And that's not in the pepper. What's in the pepper is everything that's the burger patty. So the rice, the shiitake, the onion and garlic. And then I put kale in there because James likes the greens in his stuffed peppers. And
that's very good.
Melted cheese blend.
Yeah.
That's that. So that was made on the grill. Even though it's a cool day, I could have made it in the oven and I really wouldn't have heated up the house, but why heat up the house any more than necessary?
The day after is going to be.
Yeah. So anyway, it's very easy to make. You can make any kind of burger recipe and stuff it into a pepper, and that can be a stuffed pepper. So it's a good thing to do. And I don't really like the burger recipes that are made with rice. I always feel like that's such a cheap veggie burger, even though this isn't totally veggie.
You've already got kind of a cheap source of glucose in the form of the bread or the waffle in this case. So why not put some other stuff? Now, you did explain to people that this is a veggie burger, right?
Well, it's not really. See, because this, well, I don't know how much roasted chicken and walled rice.
Right.
Well, but there's chicken
I'm not
broth
tasting
in there.
it. That's good.
Yeah. So that. There's no real chicken in there. It's just.
It's not as though you ordered a chicken to get killed.
No. So anyway, we were given those shiitake mushroom crisps, and we tried to eat. We thought, okay, is this supposed to be like chips? And no, I don't know how they're supposed to be eaten. So what I did is, while the rice was cooking I have the, what do you call it, the steamer basket on top, and I put the mushroom crisps in there and steamed it, and still they were still pretty hard, even though I did that. But I managed to get them chopped up in the food processor, and they worked out. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not quite petrified, so.
Yeah. But there are lots of things that will stick a veggie burger together.
Yeah.
And this essentially is one. It's just.
Pauline was saying this morning, it's falling apart.
Yeah. Well, it's
same thing
okay.
here. I'm breaking it apart.
But it's way better to use yellow flesh potatoes, baked yellow flesh potatoes. Stick them in the food processor, mix them all up. That works out so well. But
anyway,
James
worked out well
loves it
this
too.
morning.
Anyway.
Nothing ended up on my lap, of the burger. So that's good.
So this is a very different Western. I don't want to give it away because all you really know is there's some sort of plague at the beginning. And you can see that everybody believes this little girl is cursed somehow. They don't want her anywhere. Yeah. But it's a good movie. So just watch it. So now James is going to talk about the following.
Oh, I'm on. I guess I am.
Yeah.
Oh, the following.
Yeah.
The following movies. No.
And
Gonna whip out like
he didn't
5
finish
movies.
it. I watched the whole season, and I believe I've watched it before and fallen asleep to it because there was a lot that I didn't remember seeing before.
That's why she wanted to watch it. She's had trouble sleeping the last few days with all the heat. Yeah. This helped out, obviously. That would help out if it was cool overnight.
Yeah. That's what helped out.
I turned up this morning and, oh my heavens, what a world of difference. We had a walk and she wasn't dragging herself around. And it's not her fault. You don't get enough sleep. It's amazing you can drag yourself around.
My hair and everything.
Anyway. You're following.
Yep.
Okay, I like the pun. This is like the following of a... I don't think I'm giving... Don't have to give a spoiler alert. Following a creepy criminal. It's a creepy cult.
Yeah. So there's a serial killer guy, and he's managed to get a following together. Like
a big following.
I guess there's a lot of people who I don't understand it. But you get killers in prison, and somehow, women are writing to them,
you're
I know
innocent.
you're really
I'm
a good guy, or I don't know what they're thinking.
I want to have your baby. No, really. It's not just serial killers. Some people are so stupid. Like Robert Chambers or whatever his name is. He might have got off. I don't know. He wasn't even rich. He just hung around with a lot of rich kids. He had a record of criminality. Anyway, I think he went to a prep school. I think he was kicked out of it maybe a couple of times. We'll say much. Anyway, he was a very handsome guy. He looked like Elvis, only more so, if you can imagine it. And apparently without plastic surgery and teeth getting fixed. So Elvis had his teeth fixed. All the big Elvis fans, I think, was going that way. And check pictures of him in the 50s, and you'll see his nostrils flared more in the 50s than, let's say, after the army, when they were grooming him to be some sort of movie star. It's like a D-movie star. It just drove Elvis crazy, that crappy movies. The Colonel had him. So yeah, it was incredible. Like, there's one clip of this Robert Chambers or whatever his name was. He's the Central Park killer. That case stuck with me because my brother and I were visiting New York right after that murder. And anyway, I saw this clip. This is before things could be photoshopped or whatever. He's playing with a Barbie doll and pretending it's the woman he killed. Oh, like he's adopting the high voice, and can't remember exactly what he was saying, but making fun of this poor dead young woman and stuff like that. And there's some acolytes, groupies, or whatever you want to call them, around him. And they're laughing along, having great fun. He was so stupid he got killed on his first murder, but it wasn't planned. From what investigators can tell, he just got very mad, and killed the woman. But he could easily have killed again. I mean, people, that's the thing about people. When they kill someone, they've crossed the line. Unless that person is trying to kill them. Unless they're in a war or something like that. They've crossed the line, and I don't think they ever should be let loose. I don't believe in the death penalty because there are too many cases of, even one is too many, of people being convicted wrongfully of murder and being executed. And you find out, there was one case of a guy who'd been, I think he was part native, maybe mainly native, down in Nova Scotia, down in the Maritimes. I think his name was Marshall. And he was convicted of a woman's murder, a girl's murder. And they'd actually done a lie detector test with several people, including one guy who's an old geezer, who's a suspect. And the guy, he was so crazy, he passed the lie detector test with apparently something like flying colors. Yeah, that's what they say about lie detector tests. They're not thoroughly reliable. Anyway, poor Marshall, Don Marshall was it, or something like that. He spent many years in jail. And I figure, you know, like when you are involved in a conviction like that, like the Canadian government, I think, was responsible for a pardon or whatever. It shouldn't be a pardon. A pardon is when someone's convicted rightfully, and then I don't know if they paid
exonerated.
Exonerate. There we go. Wow, that's good. Polysyllabic. But yeah, exonerated. And of course, they never, even though they're not involved with a decision, you know, it might be a generation or two down the line, they just never want to admit. This is one of the troubles with the bureaucracy. Never want to admit culpability on the part of their predecessors and stuff like that. But when people do that, they should be severely punished, like all the people involved in the conviction. And I really mean, like, it's one thing, like, people should be entitled to have a good defense or some sort of defense.
And everybody makes
so
mistakes.
You can't prosecute defense attorneys. But district attorneys, when they pursue someone like that, they should be criminally liable, at the very least, liable for civil suits. You can't have that level of incompetence. You can't have people being railroaded. If anyone involved with the railroading of Marshall is alive, shame on you. You should be in jail for the rest of your lives. That guy was in prison, I think, for more than a decade, 2 decades, something like that. And the bureaucrats involved in covering it up and stonewalling and stuff like that, not exonerating him, shame on you. You should have gone to jail for your scumminess. That's behaving like the Soviet Union, you scumbugs. Okay, enough of that. Anyway, the following, I'm kind of avoiding having to deal with it, I suppose. But this is really, as far as I'm concerned, spoiler alert, a horror movie. Because they keep doing Bacon, he is a detective. Is he FBI or something like that? But
consultant, used to be FBI.
Used to be FBI. Well, they must have got rid of him for a reason, because he keeps doing the wrong things. So, newsflash to Hollywood.
Be the big hero, but he's
zero. So here's the thing.
Seriously,
he keeps on
as an agent, not just as a person.
Yeah, keeps on confronting people who've got the drop on an innocent person, and what he'll say is, "Drop it," or "Don't move." No, in real life,
those people get wasted.
Blow them away. Just
like they empty their.
Yep. So if there are 10 rounds in their gun. Those 10 rounds, they let fly with all 10 rounds. It's usually at about 50% hit rate. So you folks that think cops should do one shot and go for the legs, it's hard to hit. They say with a handgun, and it might be true, I suspect it is, in order to effectively hit someone, you have to be as close as with a knife. You can't be like a block away and hope to blow people away, much less hit a leg. So have you got that, you stupid idiots who go around saying that? I knew someone who's related to someone who was saying the cops should aim for the legs. What was that?
Innocent lives depend on it. On the violent people going down, getting stopped. And
they got to be stopped right in their tracks if they've got a gun on someone. Yeah. So here's
and you can't ask anybody to, if they're facing this for their job, this is their job. It's like, oh well, I know your life's in danger, but rather than trying to kill the person who's trying to kill you
or someone else, which is even worse.
Yeah, or some innocent person. Then just
try to shoot their leg or
maybe
their
the foot,
hand, or
maybe the big
knock
toe
the gun
or
out of
something.
their
Like,
hand, like in the
Well, you
movies
see
or
that in the
whatever.
movie. Bang!
Yeah.
Wow, what shooting! Like it was like from 100 feet away. Oh gosh, it's so stupid. Now,
Really, when people say that, the people who say that the police should say, "Oh, come on down to the firing range. Let's see you do it."
Yeah.
You
There
know?
we go. We'll give you plenty of practice,
Yeah.
and instruction, and so on and so forth. And like we'll give you plenty of time, like a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 to
And
get
the
good.
firing range, that's one thing. If you have a target that's, even if the target is moving, you're not going to feel threatened by it.
No.
That's a different
The heat
matter
is not
altogether.
on
Yeah.
the street
So-
to channel whomever
Anyway.
that was, Glenn Fry.
Oh, I also
Miami
put
Vice.
celery greens in there.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that celery yesterday. Was able to get it down.
So it's a little different than the burger.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah, the following. So much silliness.
I'll give people an example, real life example. I was fairly new on the force. No, I wasn't on the force, but I was working at the cop shop for
As a janitor.
a couple of years, or at least 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And as a janitor, and there was a big kerfuffle. They came back in, several people. It's just stirring around the place. So it had been whenever they let school out at the big school complex here. So it's there's a high school, 2 high schools, an elementary school, and back then it was a junior high. So 4 schools, all in the space of it's one big block, but the equivalent of multiple blocks, 2 or 3 blocks. And so they're up, I gather it was in the northwest corner of this complex. And there was a sergeant and a patrol officer. So a patrol sergeant and a regular patrol cop. And they were confronting a guy who was carrying, I guess it was a rifle. And it was getting around closing time of school. They want to resolve it. Why? They don't want kids milling around.
Yeah.
Lord knows how many.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in an area where kids could be walking by. There'd be school buses lined up, all that sort of stuff. Kids could be walking from the other schools east of this big school, the biggest high school in Lethbridge, walking through that area going home. So the patrol sergeant gets a call on the car radio. They're probably on his. They probably had 2 different cars. He's over there. All of a sudden, the school bell rings for kids coming out. That kind of freaks out the guy with the gun. I don't know what he was doing there around closing time. Most people would know roughly when school lets out. Presumably he's there to whack a kid. Or several, as many as possible. So this is a long time ago when you didn't hear of too many of these, especially in Canada, basically mass murders in schools. But, people were joking about going postal, stuff like that happening in the postal office. Anyway, the guy swings to look at where the sound is coming from, and he swings the gun over. While he's being otherwise occupied or has his attention distracted, this one patrol cop, a real brave guy, you know who you are, his name starts with J, and his second name with H. You're a real brave fella. I wouldn't have ever done this. I don't think he even pulled his beat. He went and tackled the guy from behind. The guy's lugging a rifle and he tackles the guy from behind. Every cop, I saw him right away and I said, well, thank you. You took down that guy peacefully, all that stuff. But every cop I talked to after that said he did the wrong thing. He should have just plugged him as soon as he turned the rifle towards where the kids were coming from. Every one of them. And they're used to dealing with situations like that. And thinking about it in retrospect, what would happen if, like, he could have got shot, the cop, the guy could have got a shot off, all that sort of stuff. We can't take chances, He didn't have a hostage there or anything like that. They weren't. They wouldn't be endangering a hostage. They probably should have done that. That patrol guy. I mean, he's making an instant decision. I can't blame him or anything like that. Like I say, he's a brave fella. Should have just emptied his gun into the guy, so he couldn't get off any sort of shot, and shoot to kill. That's the way it goes. So people don't understand it. Cops have this thing, and I guess I'd have it too. You know, like one time I was working at the cop shop, and they were talking to a guy whose initials are JF. And he was, might have had university. He was one of the more brighter guys there. That's not to say he's nearly as bright as me. But he might have been average brightness, maybe a little bit more for a guy. But he definitely wasn't as bright as he thought he was, but there we go. Anyway, they came and said, hey, congratulations, you're such and such a guy is dead. Such and such a guy is dead. I'm going, I asked someone, I think it was the JF guy, what's that about? And they said, well, it was in a cemetery or something like that. You got a friend there. It's just like James Taylor and Carol King.
Hello, baby.
There we go. It's a little chickadee, black-capped chickadee. And it is hungry for food.
Yeah, maybe I should have got peanuts.
It cleaned its bill on the branch.
Peanuts in the shell at Superstore, and I was going to get some, but they were $14 really for 2 kilograms, and I thought,
guys,
gee, I think that's a bit much.
That's a bit much.
So I didn't get them, but I should have, because I know my little friend the chickadee would like them.
Oh, you see, he was giving a message. He was cleaning his bill on the branch.
Maybe he's heard that there's some on sale at Superstore.
Something like that. Good, like, there's good chowing today.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the following a little bit.
Well, I was going to just finish up that story. The guy had survived. He'd attacked a cop in the cemetery with a knife, and the cop, when you go for a cop with a gun, or if you've got a gun and you don't drop it when they said, they will shoot and shoot to kill. He hit the guy in the eye, and the guy survived, but he eventually died of something like a heart attack. Okay,
all right, so the following. So basically, this is a story about a writer writing about a writer. You say, what? Well, the killer, the serial killer, he happens to be a writer.
Oh.
And he's writing a novel, and so he's in this one, he's writing a follow-up. He wants to finish up where he left off kind of stuff, and he wants Kevin Bacon's character to be the hero of the story kind of thing, who's trying to stop the killer and whatever. So this guy, he was a university teacher. He specialized in Edgar Allan Poe, and so his whole following is about that. So he's really into Poe, and the people who follow are into Poe and whatever.
The Fall of House of Usher.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So he's basically scripting everything, or scripted, and he expects that Kevin Bacon's character, everybody that's involved is going to it's going to work out the way he's written it. But he's having to work on rewrites all the time, because it doesn't always work out the way he thinks it will, or the way he has planned it will. And the thing is, Kevin Bacon is really the only actor in here. And he's having to pull